Hello, my name is Claude White, and it is time for my Super Bowl preview for Super Bowl 53, featuring the New England Patriots going up against the Los Angeles Rams. They were actually both the number 2 seeds in their respective conferences. The Rams with a controversial win against the New Orleans Saints, obviously aided by a non-call on the pass interference, and of course, the New England Patriots got their customary 3 calls while they were in Kansas City against the Chiefs. Of course, the phantom roughing the passer call, the offsides call, and the so-called catch by Chris Hogan. But as we know, that is par for the course. Now, obviously, Brady did his job as well because he had to convert a lot of third and longs during that game. So we have to give credit where credit is due when it comes to that. Now, for the Los Angeles Rams, what I'm going to do in my preview is break down 3 things or 3 players that have to do well in order for each team to win the Super Bowl. Now, I will start with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to say Aaron Donald has to play well, but I'm going to assume that Aaron Donald will continue to play at a high level. He has been the best defensive player in football this side of Khalil Mack. I actually felt that Khalil Mack was actually a bit better than Aaron Donald. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, and Donald had more sacks, but as far as I'm concerned, Khalil Mack had more of an impact on the Chicago Bear team. But that being said, the guy who has to step up, and he has been, and that's the reason why the Rams are even here in the Super Bowl, it's not because of Aaron Donald, but it is because of the guy next to Aaron Donald. Now, the Ndamukong Suh has been criticized a lot during his career. But let me tell you something. If you've been watching the playoffs, the Ndamukong Suh has been every bit as dominant as Aaron Donald has been. And when the Ndamukong Suh plays like this, the Los Angeles Rams are almost impossible to run the football against. Ask the New Orleans Saints. They had all types of problems running the football, especially between the tackles. And that is obviously where both Aaron Donald and the Ndamukong Suh resides. Now, a second part of the Rams' success has to do with Aqib Talib. Now, it's funny. Once Aqib Talib came back to that defense, that secondary got a lot better. And that is no coincidence. Because Marcus Peters, you have to admit, has struggled on his side of the football. But you cannot say that about Aqib Talib. He has been outstanding. Now, we know about the nickel back for the LA Rams. He has been pretty infamous because of the getting away of the pass interference calls. But for the most part, he's been pretty decent. And I think he'll play a lot better because, let's face it, the New England Patriot wide receivers are not exactly speed merchants outside of one Philip Dorsett. And he has not really been an issue for the New England Patriots. But I do like the way that Aqib Talib has played football ever since he's come back from his injury. Now, the third, and I believe the most critical part, is not really Todd Gurley. Even though Todd Gurley obviously is going to be in the top 4 finishes as far as the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and MVP is concerned. But Todd Gurley has not been the same player since he's been back from injury. As crazy as it sounds, C.J. Anderson has been a much more effective back. And I think he's the type of back that would give the New England Patriots fits. Because he's a bowling ball of a running back, and he's one of those guys, as the game gets longer, he gets stronger. And Jared Goff is going to need that running game in order for his play-action passes. Especially since they've lost Cooper Kupp in the middle of the season. Their wide receivers have been very good but not great. But I do expect a big game from Brandon Cooks, however. Brandon Cooks, I'm very sure, has been salivating has been just chomping at the bit to get back at Belichick and the New England Patriots for dealing him to the Los Angeles Rams. So those are my three keys as far as the LA Rams side is concerned. Now I'm going to go to the New England Patriots side of the football. Now, their defense has been pretty underrated. And you know what? We already know that Stephon Gilmore is one of the top 3 corners in all of professional football. There's just no doubt about that. But you know who's actually played very good football for the Patriots? And he's been around a long time, but he's never really gotten his just due. Patrick Chung has played a very good safety for that football team. He makes all the hard hits. He makes those plays. When you need him to make a play, he does it. Whether it's a pick, whether it's a big hit, whether he comes up to the line. You know, in a lot of ways, Patrick Chung reminded me of what Ryan Clark used to be for the Pittsburgh Steelers when Troy Polamalu got all of the attention, and rightfully so, because Troy Polamalu is a once-in-a-generation player. But Ryan Clark did all the other things to make sure that Troy was able to beat Troy Polamalu. And that's what Patrick Chung does for this New England Patriot football team. Now, we already know that they're a team of do your job, this, that, and the third. And nobody does their job better than Dante Hightower. He has been outstanding ever since he's been a part of that New England Patriot team. I mean, he has done a magnificent job at the linebacker position, and he's one of the few guys with some semblance of speed. Now, here's the thing about New England. They are not a fast football team whatsoever. But they are a tough football team, and they are a slug-it-out football team. And the most important player on the New England Patriot offense, a lot of people are going to tell you it's Tom Brady. And obviously, being the quarterback, he's obviously going to be that guy. But the reason Tom Brady is able to do what he's doing in these particular playoffs, because, trust me, New England looked very shaky until this guy came into his own. Sony Michel, the rookie Georgia running back, has been everything the New England Patriots have asked for and then some. He has been outstanding toting that rock. I mean, he has made such a difference. They haven't had that type of running since Corey Dillon. And real Patriot guys, real football guys, remember, Corey Dillon was an absolute beast with the New England Patriots, and before that, the Cincinnati Bengals. And he runs the football with authority. He has just enough speed to get to the outside, and he does not mind jamming it up in between the tackles. Now, James White, as a third down back, has been magnificent, but you know what? That James Devlin, that fullback, I mean, he has been a load. And every time they run behind him, they seem to get positive yardage. And that's been a big reason why New England is right here in the Super Bowl yet again. Now, I want the Rams. I mean, let's face it. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I do want the Rams to win the Super Bowl. And to be honest, it would be a great passing of the torch from one genius, being Bill Belichick, to a very young genius in Sean McVay. But I do have a feeling that New England is probably going to get a couple of calls go their way. And I do believe that Brady has one more drive left in him. And I have a funny feeling. And I'm going to choose the New England Patriots to win this Super Bowl begrudgingly by a score of 34-31 over the Los Angeles Rams. I actually do hope I'm wrong. But I do believe, and you've heard it here first, if the New England Patriots win this 6th Super Bowl, I believe that will be the end of the line for Bill Belichick. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Claude White. Take care, and God bless.